Now, if you've got a lot of calluses or hard skin around the problem areas, toes, heels, you can use your foot rasp, and this is quite a harsh one, so this is going to take off quite a lot of the dead skin. And then afterwards, you would use your foot file to smooth down the skin. Now, if the client hasn't got a lot of hard skin, then you could probably get away with just using the foot file. I'm going to go over with the foot rasp. Now, with rasping, you've got to keep it in one direction, otherwise you could cause friction to the client and discomfort. You can go in any direction, but just don't zigzag backwards and forwards, because that creates a heat. And the tissue's there to catch any of the dead skin. If you find your client's got a lot of hard skin, sometimes I actually put a rolled up towel under their ankle so it supports you, because if your wrists aren't that strong, you'll find your hand will get a bit achy. But luckily Kerry hasn't got a lot. And then we're going to just go over and smooth with the foot file. It's got a soft and a rough side. Just use whichever one you feel is necessary. You might find your clients a little bit ticklish with this as well, so don't make matters worse and sort of go gently over the areas that you think they're going to start laughing with. Okay. So now I've finished that, the foot's actually going to go down onto the towel. I'm going to take the other foot out and repeat all those steps on the second leg. Okay, so we go back to pushing back around the toes, either with a hoof stick or a tipped orange stick. And apply your cuticle remover. And we're going to clean underneath as well, remember. So tip both ends. And apply your cuticle remover in circular motions around the cuticle line. And then if you need some more. With the liquid version, you can have a little pot to decant it into, so you can get to it. This one being a cream, obviously I can apply it to my spatula. I just gently roll my little orange stick just underneath, so don't dig, just gently roll it. And then go along with your cuticle knife to lift off any excess around the nail and just wet down if it's a bit too dry. And just wipe away over the nails. You can see the similarities of a pedicure to a manicure, really, apart from the foot rasping. And rasp with your tissue underneath. Now normally, once you've finished your rasping, if you were doing a luxury, you would exfoliate and then apply cream and whatever totes and mask you chose to do. So whether it be a foot mask or your paraffin wax. So you'd pop your luxury in after you've rasped the feet. But we're not doing that today, we're going on to the massage. And just go over with your foot file, just to smooth down. Sometimes people can get hard skin just across the tops of the toes as well, so don't be afraid to sort of go over and just give it a little smooth down. Okay, so you've finished with your pedicure bowl, so you can move that out the way now. And we're going to go on now to do the massage. If you were doing a warm oil treatment for dry cuticles, you could apply your warm oil at this point as well. You obviously don't do the same as manicure and dip it in a bowl. You would have it heating on the side and then apply it to the toenails and massage it in. You can also use that oil to massage with, so you can incorporate that into your assessments. We're going to use the massage cream. Make sure that the client's trousers are pulled away, and if they don't go back too well, then make sure you use a tissue to protect their clothing. So just tuck it in around. Can I have the other one a minute? That's it. I'll just fold it in a little triangle so it pops in easier. Okay, so I'm using, again, Creative Moisturiser. The idea is not to have too much or too little, so I always apply sort of about a 10p size, warm it up before I put it on the client's area, and then if I need more, once I've just applied a little bit to the leg area, I'll just then take a little bit more so I'm not breaking contact. Okay, so your first movement with your massage is effleurage, and it's pressure on the venous return and then lighter on the way back, okay? Your hands are cupping underneath and over the top of the leg. And you're repeating that 6 times. Is that pressure all right? Now we're going to do a petrissage movement, which is just working underneath over the calf muscles, circling underneath. Now this movement should be a little bit firmer, especially if you've got a client that does a lot of walking, because it will help to loosen up any knots or tense muscles. Next, we're flaying. So you're just stimulating the leg area, and then just repeat the 6 effleurage over the leg. Now, some massage techniques are going to vary. You'll see lots of different methods, but you've got to make sure, as a rule, that your movements are flowing and the client's obviously comfortable and you don't break contact. Now we're working now over the metatarsals of the foot, and we're just doing small circular motions over the top of the foot, working your way across to the middle. Then using your thumbs or fingers, doing circles around the tarsals, which is the ankle, at least 8 times. Sliding up to the toes, we're going to be picking up and patting the toes just for a few seconds, and then slide your hands down, and you're going to be massaging over the sole of the foot with your thumbs, sliding up to the top where the toes are, lightly on the way down, and then pressure up the middle. It's almost like you're creating a T shape on the sole of the foot. And your massage is approximately about 5 to 8 minutes of your service. Don't rush it. I'm doing about 6 to 8 times. We're now going to be massaging over the Achilles tendon just behind at the bottom of the ankle. Up to about 6 times. And I'm just gripping it with my index finger and my thumb. And then using your hands, just cup and circle around the heel, just to add some extra moisture to that area. And then just finish with an effleurage of the whole of the foot. And then continue on up to the leg. And just finish by bringing both hands off together. Okay? And then you just repeat that on the other leg. Okay. Okay, so repeat the movements on the other leg. Make sure your client's knee's bent when you're working on this area of the leg, because you don't want to be putting pressure on their knees. So it's your 6 effleurage. Working up pressure on the venous return, lighter on the way back. And then you're picking up over the calf or petrissage movement. About 6 times, 3 to 6 times. Finish with the 6 effleurage that brings you down nicely to the foot. You can stretch the leg out. Another support, again, if you wanted to, you could put a towel under the client's leg there for their comfort as well as yours. Massaging in between the metatarsals of the foot. Again, remember your pressures on the venous returns are towards the heart, not on the way back. And then either your thumbs or fingers circling around the tarsals of the ankle 8 times. Sliding up, picking up and tapping the toes. And then that takes you nicely into your thumb circles over the sole of the foot.